What's up guys, Robbie here and welcome back. And in this lesson, we're gonna be going over setting up your Facebook ad account because, well, it's super important. You need to have a Facebook account in order to run ads, right? Now, once again, guys, if you do not have a regular Facebook profile, make sure you guys go ahead and sign up for one, right? Just go to facebook.com and sign up for that. That's basically the, kind of the main thing you have to have. You have to have a profile in order to run ads on Facebook, which we're gonna go over in just a second here. But make sure you do that, guys. Now, if you don't like Facebook or you don't like social media or anything like that, that's totally fine, guys. You don't even have to, do any of the social media stuff. Just get a Facebook account anyways, because this is what it takes if you want to make money online, especially with this formula, okay? So make sure you go to facebook.com. Now, once you have that, the next step is we're going to go ahead and create our business managers. Now, if you don't know what a business manager is, essentially it is, it's kind of Facebook's term for an ad account, right? So basically you have your personal ad account and then you create a business manager, and that's where your ad accounts are going to be, and that's where we're going to be able to run ads, organize stuff, and get things set up with your campaigns, okay? Now, the way you're going to do that is all you're going to do is go to business.facebook.com/create, okay? So business.facebook.com/create. Now, when you do that, you'll obviously see this screen come up right here, right? So it kind of gives you an overview of what to look for and everything like that. And really all you'll do is go ahead and create an account, all right? So you would name your account whatever you want it to be. Robbie's business. And then you put your name, you put your business email, and then all you'll have to do is, let's see here, I'll just go ahead and type in a, let's see if it'll work for me because I already have my business manager set up. Yep, and look at that. It tells me I already have a business manager account set up. So that's fine. So what you'll do, guys, go ahead and just go and follow the prompts, because what's going to happen is you're going to go ahead and hit next. It's going to ask you for your email address. It's going to ask you for your address. It's going to ask you for all that stuff like that. Now, in some cases, as you can see here on the screen, it's going to say you may have to send in a user ID, which is fine, right? Not a big deal. You just send in your license and you're good to go, okay? Most of the time, it won't ask for that, so don't really worry about that. But like it says right here, your Facebook name, profile picture, and user ID will be visible to them, right? Not a big deal, okay? And so once you go ahead and create that, guys, what's going to happen is you will then see, let me show you what an actual business manager that is open and ready to go looks like, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and go to business.facebook.com. And, obviously you can see here, I have tons of business managers because I run a lot of traffic, a lot of ads and everything like that. So what I'll do is I'll just show you an example of, what a business manager will look like once you're kind of in there, right? So you can see here, guys, this is one of my business managers, okay? You can see, obviously, I'm spending money on there. Now, this is your dashboard. This is essentially what's going to happen when you go and log into your business manager, right? Now, you're not going to see all the accounts that you have there, right? That's normal when you first start in. There'll be no account set up because you actually have to go in and do that, okay? And you scroll down a little bit more, you can see there's pages, okay? So that your fan pages, and then your ad accounts, okay? There'll be alerts on the right-hand side. Typically there's going to be not many alerts coming your way. And then on the left-hand side, you can see there's a bunch of, kind of a menu here, right? Where you have your ads manager, you have audiences, you have ads reporting, which is going to be your stats, your data. You have your ad account settings, your business settings, your events manager, all kinds of stuff, right? And we're going to go over that right now, guys. So when it comes to your ad account, right, a couple things here I'll just show you. If you go to the audiences, okay, if I go ahead and click on audiences, we're going to go over that real quick. Now, an audience, if you don't know what that is, essentially what that is a basically who we're going to advertise to, okay? So you can create a bunch of different types of things, right? So one way to create an audience is by getting a customer list from the product owner, okay? So say you're promoting an offer like Proven. You would reach out to them and say, hey, I'm looking to run ads on Facebook and I would like to get an audience. Do you have a list of buyers that I can upload as a custom audience into Facebook, right? And they would say, yeah, sure, we'd love to have you do that. So all you would do is go and create a custom audience. Would select there the customer list. And then from there, you would go ahead, follow the prompts, and then you would go ahead and upload your list, right? You don't want to have a customer value. Let's see here, no customer value, hit next. All right, and then you'd upload that file into Facebook, right? So you go ahead and upload that into Facebook like so. And then what will happen, let me show you an account that actually has a bunch of stuff set up here. Is you'll see things like this, okay? So for example, these are a bunch of audiences that I created. So if I go ahead and I go to, let's see here, if I go to a custom audience, let me just find one for you guys. So for example, let's say this one here, right? So we'll go with the first one, right? So this would be a list of people, right? So 37,000 people were uploaded in this list. Now, what you can do is you can create a lookalike audience off of this list, right? So that's where you see all this stuff here. Now, what is a lookalike audience? Well, a lookalike audience, very simply, is basically what it is it's you take that custom audience, right? So say you have 1,000 people you uploaded into Facebook as a custom audience, and then you create a lookalike off of that audience. Now, what a lookalike audience does is Facebook takes all that sample data from that sample size customer list and it extrapolates it, right? And it goes out and finds more people that are similar to that list, okay? And the cool thing about that is it'll find millions of people, right? In the US, in Canada, Australia, wherever you want to go, right? And it'll find people that are similar to that list. Now, the benefit to that is now when I go and run ads and I target and I show that ad to that lookalike audience list, that's going to be very, very powerful because those people are the most alike to the people that actually bought the product, okay? Which in theory, well, and it actually does work, it increases the chances of getting more sales, right? And that's why we always work with lookalike audiences, right? And so you can see I have a ton of different audiences here. Now, you may see on here as well, you might see a couple different things, right? So you can see, for example, we have like New Zealand here, 2 to 3%. We have 1 to 2% New Zealand, we have 1%. Now, what do those numbers mean, right? Well, basically what they mean is you have a percentage, right? So the lower the percentage number is, the more alike they are, okay? So if you have a 1% lookalike, they are the most similar to that custom audience list that you uploaded into Facebook, okay? If they are like a 5% or 8%, they're a little bit less alike, all right? That goes all the way up to 10%. Okay, it still can be effective, but for me personally, I recommend starting at about 1% and then going from there. Okay, and so this is your audience tab. Okay, now on the other side here, guys, if we go into this account here, if we go to Events Manager. This is where you're going to see a bunch of other data, okay? So for example, just showing you one of my pixels here, this is where we create our pixels. So we have this pixel here, and we have a bunch of other stuff. So you can see these are all my events that are happening on my pixel, from a page view event, which basically means someone went to the page. A complete registration, so someone registered for something, they initiated a checkout, and they purchased, okay? And so you can see there's a bunch of stuff going on here. Now you'll see a little bit of a couple error messages. That doesn't really, don't pay attention to that because that's just saying it's missing a value, which is not a big deal because we don't really want to put a value on our pixel. And you're probably wondering, well, Robbie, what the heck is a pixel, right? And so a pixel, very simply, all it is, guys, it's a little piece of code that goes on your landing page. We'll show you how to do that a little bit later on, but it goes on your landing page, and all it does, guys, is it keeps track of data. It's basically a sponge that captures all the person's information. So I don't know if you've ever been on Amazon, for example, and you're shopping for something, right? And then you go on another page or you go on Facebook and you look for it, and you see that item and you see an ad for that item you were looking at, right? That's what a pixel does, guys. Essentially, it captures your information, and it basically will allow the advertiser, us, to retarget and re-show that ad to people, right? And that's very powerful because the more data, the more information you can get on that pixel, the more it's going to work for you. It does all the work, the heavy lifting. So that pixel will actually go out and find people that are more likely to do the event or the thing that you want them to do, which in our case is getting them to buy the product. All right, so the way to create a pixel is very, very simple, right? All I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to the top left here where it says Business Tools, and I'm going to go to Business Settings, okay? Business Tools and Business Settings, all right? When I go to Business Settings, all right, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to where it says Data Sources, okay? I'm going to go ahead and click on Pixels, right? And once I click on Pixels, all I'm going to go ahead and do is click Add. All right, and when I do that, guys, what's going to happen is obviously you would name it yourself. So Robbie's Pixel. Don't worry about putting in the website URL. Just hit continue. All right, and then go ahead and set up the pixel. Right, manually add the code to the website. And then all this gobbledygook here, guys, this is your pixel. Okay, and this is where you would basically copy that and you'd paste that into your landing page software. Which we'll cover on a different lesson, okay? But that's exactly what you're gonna do. So you're gonna copy that code, all right? And basically what that's gonna do, and when that's on your pages, is that's gonna allow you to have the ability to track how many people have gone to your page. It's gonna allow you to track data, and it's gonna allow you to have more success with your campaigns. The pixel is super, super, super powerful, okay? So that's the way that works there, guys. Then you hit continue, and you kind of follow the steps from there, okay? So that's the way that works with the pixel. So we went over our custom audiences, we went over lookalike audiences, we went over the pixel, right? So let's go over a couple of the things that we need to do inside of our account, right? So one of the things you need to do, guys, we need to have a fan page, right? We need to have a fan page in order to run our ads, okay? So the way we do that is we would simply go ahead and create a new page. And I'll go to where it says cause or community. That's the one I want to select, right? Typically cause or community. I don't like to do any other ones. I think cause and community are probably your best categories to create. You would name your page whatever you want to name it. I personally think that it's, when you name your page, it should be something that's kind of related to the offer you're promoting, but it should not say the name of the product. It should not do any of that stuff. It shouldn't have any claims or anything like that. It should kind of have a brand feel to it, right? So, if you have like a weight loss product you're promoting, I would say something along the lines of like, like the healthy newsletter, right? Or the fitness daily or something like that, where it's kind of a brand feel. And it allows you to not be kind of pigeonholed into promoting one offer, right? A lot of people make the mistake of they have one offer and they really just name their page based on that one offer. And then if that offer doesn't work, guess what happens, guys? Then they have to create a new page. And that's not fun, right? So do something that's gonna really encompass and really be able to work with all the different niches, okay? So once again, I could do the fitness daily, right? I'll hit create page. And then once I do that, it's going to think for a second. And then, all right, cool. Now we're going to be able to see the page right here, guys, okay? And if I want, I can go ahead and go view page. And when I view the page, it's going to be pretty boring. It's going to be pretty blank, right? And then I would have to go through the process of just obviously adding a cover photo, adding so a cover photo, very easy to do something like that. You can use a platform like Canva. You can do just a quick Google search. Like for example, I can just go, if I can just go here and go Facebook cover photo, right? And I go to images. I can just find I can just use any of these cover photos will work, right? That's all I have to do there, okay? Same thing with the profile picture, right? I personally think the profile picture should be someone or a person, something that's relatable to your offer that you're promoting. So if you have a weight loss offer, I'm probably gonna have a picture of a woman that's in her 40s or 50s or something like that, because it's relatable to the audience I'm trying to target. And then make sure, guys, on your fan page as well, if you have a whatever category you're in, you're gonna want to make sure you post some content on there, right? So I recommend about 10 posts before you even start to run ads. Okay, so I would say, if you're in the weight loss niche or the health niche, posting recipes, posting inspirational quotes, all that stuff is very, very simple to do. You can find recipes and all that stuff very easily online with a quick Google search and put those in there, post those in, and you're good to go, okay? Also, what I recommend is make sure you like or invite people to like your page. I would say you need to have probably about 20, 25 likes before you really start to run ads. So the fan page is super important, okay? You wanna make sure you set up your fan page and you're good to go, and follow that process of getting things set up there, okay? And that's the first thing you're gonna do. Now, going back into the business manager, okay? You can see here on the left-hand side, right, you have a couple different users, right? So for example, if I wanna add people to help me run my ad, or run my campaigns, or if I want someone to kind of go in and maybe run my fan page or do the content for me, I would add them as a user, okay? So all you would do is click on add, and then from there you would either add them as an employee via email or as an admin, okay? Now just keep in mind, be careful, if you're gonna add somebody as an admin to your business manager, they'll have access to adding payment methods and things like that. So make sure it's somebody you trust when it comes to the admin access. With employee access, they can run ads, they can do whatever they want without having to worry too much about billing stuff, okay? So just keep that in mind, all right? Now, as we go down the line here, if you wanted to add somebody that was like a business partner, if you wanted to have someone that actually ran your ads for you, you would add them as a partner here, okay? And then if we go down to accounts, all right, now we go to the next step here, we can go to pages, we go to ad accounts, and you can see we have a bunch of different ad accounts here, and you would go in and create your own ad account. So for example, you're gonna start off with a brand new business manager with no ad accounts in here, so you gotta create your first one. So you'd create it, and let's just say we try to create one here and see if it'll work for us. It may not work because I have a bunch of them in here. Let's just say Robbie1. I'm gonna go ahead and hit next. My business, always select my business when you run. Hit create. Yeah, so you can see here, guys, for me, it said it reached the maximum number of ad accounts already in this business manager. But when you set it up, guys, you're gonna have no accounts in here. So all you'll do is just go ahead and create that, and then you'll have one in there. Now, keep in mind, most ad accounts, for the most part, you're able to create between 3 to 5 in a business manager. That may not happen right away, okay? So create one account in there first, and then we'll go over the process. We'll talk about how it's important to spend some money on that account. Typically, you want to spend about $25 on that first ad account, and then what happens is it'll unlock the other 3 or the other 5 for you, okay? But that does take a little bit of time to happen. All right, so let's go over a couple more things here, guys. So if you got brand safety, this is something to kind of look into. It's not super important, but what you can do for brand safety is you can actually add your domains in here. So, you know, if you're running your landing pages and you have a specific domain, you can get that set up and you're good to go. And you can actually add those domains in here. It's just one little extra step for safety, okay? Payments are important, right? That's how you're gonna be able to run your ads, okay? So you can just add a payment method by going right in here, and that's the way that works, guys. So you can go ahead and set that up very, very simply there, okay? Then we go to Security Center. So one thing I'd recommend is make sure you have 2-factor authentication on. And the reason why is simple, because it's going to give you an extra layer of security with your account, okay? So say, for example, you are, you're in one location, right? So say, for example, I was in Boston yesterday, and then today I'm in Boise. So Facebook sometimes will be like, whoa, Robbie, you were in Boston yesterday. Today you're in Idaho. Are you sure you're in Idaho? And so that's why it's important to have the 2-factor on there, because you'll just ask for a code, or I'll use like a Google Authenticator app, and that's going to allow you to basically have that security, so you don't like get any false flags or errors or things like that that can happen if you don't have that turned on, okay? So that's super important there, okay? And then also, guys, going through the last couple things here, if you go to business info, this is also going to be pretty important, where you have all your information here. You have your business manager ID, which is also pretty important, because that's going to allow you to, if you at some point, if you have other people working on your stuff, they'll ask for your business manager ID. So that's going to be pretty important there, okay? And so kind of going through the process here, guys, once again, we got our pages, we got our ad account set up. If you want to add an Instagram account, you can certainly do that too. Because when you run ads on Facebook through the Facebook platform, you're also able to run ads through the Instagram as well, which is pretty cool, because Instagram is owned by Facebook, right? So that's exactly how it works, guys, when it comes to setting up a basic overview of everything that happens inside of your business manager, your ad accounts, and everything like that, guys. So make sure you kind of follow the checklist, right? All right, guys, so that is it for this lesson. Now, in the coming lessons, we're going to be going over how to set up your campaigns, how to set up your ad accounts, how to get set up for success when you're running ads on the Facebook platform, guys. So we'll get into that right now.